Hi guys, welcome to another episode of Dark Souls 2, and today I'm actually gonna be finishing the game. I know there's two bosses that I'm kind of missing out on, but let's just say I went into trying to defeat the Dark Lurker, and it was just one of those sections where it's like, yeah, I'm not having fun here. It got really annoying. I lost majority of my human effigies. So I was like, yeah, this is not worth it. I might need them later in the future. Maybe I'm gonna do with New Game Plus. I might need those effigies. So I said, you know what, screw it. I'm just gonna miss that boss out. I'm sorry, guys. The primary reason is also because Souls games are cool, but I do want to move on. I'm gonna give one more video out for Dark Souls 2 after this one. It's just my overall thoughts about what I think about this game in general. I think I kind of give you my perspective on the last video, at the end of the last video, but you know, we'll get to that when we get to that. So I don't know how long this video will be, or maybe I'll add my review at the end, but we'll see.
Oh my God, journey is already complete. My name is Shanalot. The dragon gave me this name, for I was born with none. I was born of dragons, contrived by men, by ones who would cozen fate herself. They are the ones who created me. But they failed. I did not come out as intended. Fate would not be bested, and men were cursed once again. If you proceed, Nashandra will come after you. Knowing that you will take the throne and link the fire. She covets the first flame and the great soul. Put Nashandra to rest.
So is she a failed experiment by audio? That's it, yeah. I wish she said more. Sometimes she only says like one sentence, or like one phrase, and that's it. She doesn't continue on telling me a little bit more about her. But that's cool. This is one of dragons, but you know, there are no more dragons. Unless you count that ancient dragon up in Dragon Eerie, but I kind of doubt that's what it is. Again, most ancient dragons died off. Oh, this is like a long path. This path looks familiar. Also, like, oh yeah, it is. This is like the ending of Dark Souls 2's Dark Ending. This is where all the... Yeah. Oh, that's cool. Also, another reason why I want to stop playing Dark Souls 2 or like Souls games in general. Not just Dark Souls 2, but Souls games in general. I want to play other games. I'm kind of itching to play something different. We have a good weapon. When it comes to items, equipped items, I'm going to go ham. Let's go with something a lot more powerful this time. A lot more powerful healing items. I don't know how hard this boss might be, so let's go with this. Let's do this. Let's rock it. Ooh. An old guy and a young lady. They're both very tall. You ain't doing that. I see what she's doing. Okay, so Throne Watcher, Throne Defender. So the guy with the shield must be the the defender. I just gotta keep it cool. It'll be fine. Whoa! What happened there? It went through my shields. Do they have magic in their arsenal? Oof. If I try to heal, they're just gonna run toward me. There we go. See, what the? Did they go through my shield? No. Yeah, they're going right through the shield. Okay, I gotta take care of her right away. See? They're going right through the shield. Okay, so something's going on. Either their weapons have other stats I don't know about. See, they guard sometimes. My shield guards it, and sometimes it doesn't. It's like they're going right over me and hitting my head. Oh man! Oh come on! Move, move, move! This is getting really annoying. See, now my shield guards me. What the? See? It's very annoying. Is he healing? He's healing, isn't he? Oh no, he revived her. Oh, I should have killed him right away. I didn't know what he was doing. Okay, so I have to kill him quick. Oh, that is so annoying. I wouldn't have minded it if I wouldn't have lost so many SS left. Okay, so I gotta just pick them both down at the same time. I'm just gonna die. Alright, let's go. Let's do this. I'm gonna go in alone this time. We try to chip them both down at once this time. That was annoying. That was away from his range. Damn! Someone's trying to get behind me. Chip you both down. Oh. I think it's a good strategy. Just hit and back off. She's very susceptible to damage. She's the easiest one. So much for iframes. I hit them both. Nice. She's gonna come up behind me. She does a lot of damage if she hits me from behind. I knew she was gonna do that. Cunt. Oh, he's one-handing it now. I kind of predict the winner win. Okay, now it's just you. If I remember from last time, you're gonna try to wake her up. Come on, do it. Do it. I dare you. There we go. There we go. Nice. 78,000 souls. I like 70,000, so do I just go through here now? Those golems? Huh. What now? Oh! Cutscene!
Brave undead.
Hmm?
You have proven yourself to me.
Oh. What is that? Is that the Predator? Hey, that's cool. Her dress is alive. Oh, she's got a scythe. She's kind of cool.
Now, be one with the dark.
Sounds cool. Oh, that's not Chandra. Oh, snap. Let me guess, if I touch those, it does some damage, right? Oh, it's cursing me. Oh, she's cursing me. So what do I do in this fight? Those things curse me. Do I target those things? Yeah, she's cursing me. Get out of the way! No! Alright. Take 3. Oh wait. Oh, I only have to fight her now? I don't have to fight the throne defenders? Oh, that's cool. Oh, I thought I had to fight the other ones. Nice. Okay, so... Man! Let's heal. So her weapon causes curse as well. Man, the recovery from the 2 strikes is actually summoning those things again. Heal. She's gonna hit me. Move! Man, that is so annoying. Did I get my souls that I dropped? Yeah. 106. Oh, what the?
One drowned in poison, another succumbed to flame.
Huh.
Still another slumbers in the realm of ice.
See, there's like 2
Not
people.
one of them stood here. As you do now. You, conqueror of adversities. Give us your answer.
Should I change my strats? Oh, he's a boss. Oh. Okay. Aldia, Scholar of the First Sin. Oh, I'm taking damage from being near him. So when do I strike him then? Yeah, I'm taking too much damage. Am I supposed to have like fire resistance against this guy? Oh, he's not on fire now. Oh, now he's on fire again. So how do I deal with you? Oh, move! Oh, what the? This is kind of unfair. How am I supposed to hit him? I mean, he's got like a short period. Is that what I'm supposed to wait for? The Nashandra or the other guy? Scholar of the First Sin. Okay, so I don't have to fight them all back to back. I do like the song though. I only get like a few seconds to like do something. There we go. That's what I wanted the most. I got a crossbow, by the way. Move, 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 move! God damn, you're so fucking slow, man. Am I just supposed to wait for him to use that attack? Move, 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 move. Sorry, I don't mean to swear, but like, I'm gonna talk about this once I'm done with the playthrough, but damn. Three hits, I'm out. This is all I'm doing. Okay, so I'm supposed to charge at him. It's a few seconds before he sets himself back on fire. Also, it sounds like he's got two beings inside him, like two different personalities. Back off. Good. Huh? What's happening to him? Back off, back off, back off. Okay, so as soon as he pops up, he's invulnerable for a few seconds. Okay, cool. Only had to pick my straight out annoying.
I lost everything, but remain here patiently. The throne will certainly receive you. But the question remains. What do you want from me? Light, dark, or something else entirely?
I've always chosen this path. Finally, because if you guys watched my Dark Souls 1 playthrough, you guys already know why I always choose the dark side. And I feel like this is the path.
There is no path. Beyond the skin of life, beyond the reach of dawn. What could possibly await us? And yet we seek it insatiably. Such is our fate.
Alright, so that is it for Dark Souls 2. And I have quite a bit to say about this game. Now, first and foremost, is this a bad game? No, this is not a bad game. Is this a bad Souls game? Yes, it is a bad Souls game. I strongly believe that this game could have been a lot better if it wasn't for all the flaws. One or two flaws, okay, but it had a lot of flaws and they kind of just accumulated toward the end. There were a lot of BS mechanics. I think like in that boss fight, you saw me go off. It's like move. It's like Dark Souls 1, like the way you use items or chug item or you chug your Estus flask, and Dark Souls 3, and even in Elden Ring, it doesn't take that long, and the fact that using items or using your Estus was tied to one of your stats, it was a bad move. I think that was a BS move from the developer itself. Again, just because you make it easier to heal does not make the game easier. It doesn't. On the contrary, it gives you a little bit more extra wiggle room. I do know for a fact that starting from this game, moving forward, the games, all Souls games from Software games, have input reading, so your enemies know what you're doing. If you don't move, you don't do anything, they won't do anything. If you drink Estus, they're programmed to attack you. So that was kind of like a given. But I feel like a lot of times in this game, like once you felt like the enemy was done attacking, and you start drinking your Estus, it would compute another skill or another attack, and then when you felt you were safe, they attacked again. So that's one of the things I had to learn from Fume Knight. And again, when it comes to like bosses, I feel like if it wasn't for the DLC, this definitely would have been a bad game. Unfortunately, I'm gonna say that. There are some qualities in this game that actually make it stand out from other Souls games, definitely, and I'm gonna get to those in just a second. But the DLCs definitely saved it. Without a doubt, the Ivory King boss fight and the Fume Knight like made it to my top 5 favorite boss fights in Souls games. It was a cool fight. They actually outdid themselves on that one. Fume Knight was extraordinarily frustrating. I must have spent like 4 hours trying to fight him. Not in one sitting, but 4 hours like throughout. Like trying to figure out how to fight him. And again, even though he was extraordinarily difficult, I completely enjoyed it. It wasn't like with the Lost Sinner. The Lost Sinner, I lost my temper. I was like, and it was weird because like the Lost Sinner isn't as hard as the Fume Knight, but I enjoyed the Fume Knight a lot more. It was weird. Again, they made it to my top 5. Number 1 is Slave Knight Gale. Number 2 is Artorias. Number 3 is gonna be the Fume Knight. Number 4 is the Ivory King, and then the last one is who is my last one? I guess it'd be from the DLC as well. It'd be Sister Friday. I actually really liked that fight. It was kind of like messed up how it went. But those are my top 5 favorite bosses. I didn't count Elden Ring in there because I don't count Elden Ring as a Souls game because it changes itself from the formula. But and yeah, I'm not gonna talk about Elden Ring. It's about Dark Souls 2. Again, I am playing the Dark Souls 2 Skull of the First Sin PlayStation 4 edition, the remastered. This game came out for the PlayStation 3. They had plenty of time to fix a lot of the stuff that a lot of the issues in this game that plague it, and they didn't do it. They just said, "No, release the game that way, and we're gonna remaster it this way," and they didn't want to fix the issues. I felt like that was laziness on their part. They charged, they charged the same amount of money as they did when they released the PS3 version. So I felt like, hey, you guys could have done a lot better, in that overall aspect. A lot of things that plagued this game. I didn't like the fact that the Estus flask was tied to a stat. I mean, just because you can use your items a lot quicker and your character can move a lot smoother, does not break or does not make the game easier. I mean, in Dark Souls 3, you use your Estus flask, you use items really quickly, and the game still feels challenging. So they could have done away, and like I said, I'm really glad they did away with that mechanic moving forward to Dark Souls 3 and beyond. Making it easier to dodge and heal does not make the game easier. Like I said before, it just doesn't. The game is plagued with a lot of bugs. It definitely is plagued with a lot of bugs. especially when it comes to the area of the hitboxes, are ridiculous. Sometimes attacks that should have hit you don't hit you, and attacks that should have that you dodged hit you. So it's like, the game is extraordinarily unreliable in that overall aspect. I commend the player who played Dark Souls 2 and didn't get hit once. I'm like, dude, you mastered this game for sure. When it comes to the overall difficulty of the game, I felt like the overall premises of Souls games is that if you die in a Souls game, it's because of a mistake you made, and it's your fault that it happened. Most of the deaths that I kind of like passed through in this game weren't due to my mistakes. They were due to BS mechanics. They were due to BS, like enemies did something that was real BS, or you had like for example the pots, you know, or like right now with Nashandra, where she like pulled up those wisps, I'll call them wisps, and then they cursed you. You know, it's like, do you really need something like this in like the end game boss fight? You should have made it more better, you know. And then that's why I said Slave Knight Gale is undoubtedly my favorite boss fight in the entire Soul series. That includes Elden Ring. Like, not even Elden Ring got as close to Slave Knight Gale. It was just so cinematic, and it's like a way to send off the series. Basically, they could have done that here. They could like another example in Dark Souls 1. They did it with Gwyn, Lord of Silence. It was an emotional fight, you know, and they didn't do that here. It's like, oh, that's it. Oh, here, let me fight the Throne Defenders. They were knowing, but beat them. Oh, now I gotta find Nashandra. Okay, cool. Let's find Nashandra. Oh, now it's all the Skull of the First Sin. All right, let's go. It's just BS mechanics, you know. It's like you could have done a little bit of a better job to kind of present the end, you know, of the game. It's also kind of sad in a way. Like, I just went through all the stuff that I didn't like about this game overall. The BS mechanics, the hitboxes, the glitches, the fact that important abilities are tied to stats, and even after you pump in levels into that, they're still kind of locked. So now that I got that over, like all the negative stuff about this game, one of the things that this game did extraordinarily well was environmental storytelling and the story. I think it did really well. I think like out of all the Souls games, the only other one that came close to this one in the ability of telling a story was Demon Souls. This game definitely wanted to tell a story. I guess it's like a con, but I wish like the Island Restrictions had a little bit more to say, because again, I'm adding that in like in the good parts because the story was very interesting. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was really good, except for the ending. I was like, Nashandra, like whatever, you know. Yeah, they could have ended it with the Ivory King, and I would have been happy. Like, yeah, this is how you send off a game, dude. Just like this. Overall, the story is really cool. I think that's the strongest point, really. And the story that it told in the DLCs is definitely a big plus. I definitely like the aesthetics of the game. The game looks really good. It feels blocky when you're moving and attacking and whatnot. You feel really blocky, for sure. But the aesthetics, the world looks beautiful. The fact that I can see like the high sour flame from here, and then if I turn the camera and I look over here, I can see, I believe that's Belfry or the Lost Bastille, I believe. You know, like you can see the world, and again, you can do that in any Souls game. You know, and you can see the Draenei Castle from over here. You can in any Souls game, you can actually see the world from far away. You can actually see different aspects. But I feel like the aesthetics of this game are definitely there. It definitely makes you wonder, hey, what happened here? What is this place? Some places were kind of bland. The Shady Woods is like a big one. That's like, yeah, this place sucks. It doesn't really tell me a story. It doesn't really give me an interest to know about the Shady Woods. But other places, like for example, when I went into Drain Lake, Yeah, I did say that I didn't like Dragon Lake or like Dragon Lake Castle. I felt like it was bland, but in a way, I wondered like why was it built like this? Why did um why did Bandrick decide to build a castle in this fashion? Was there a purpose? Why did he do it? I really like those aspects. Or for example, in the Crown of the Ivory King, as soon as you walked in, you're wondering why is there such a giant snowstorm? Why can't I get through this one place? And then finally you get it to Nalsana, I believe that's her name. And then she tells you everything that's going on. Oh, it's the old chaos, and the reason why it's frozen is because they're containing it. So I was like, oh, that's really cool. Like I really like those aspects. The same with the old Iron King DLC. You go in there, it's like this giant forge, and you're wondering what happened. And the more you descend, the more ashy it gets. Like the whole place is covered in ash. But as soon as you reach the bottom, it's like, oh, but something happened here. Maybe this is the cauldron. Maybe this is something that happened here. I believe that the ability that this game was able to tell a story through environmental storytelling, some item description. The item description could have been better. It could have been better, but they were alright. I know I didn't read all of them as I got them. I'm sorry about that. I got the King Soul, and I wish I could have read it, but I wanted the shield to look cool. Again, this Dark Souls 2 is not a bad game. Dark Souls 2 is a pretty good game. It's not a good Souls game, for sure. I wish I could have done the 2 extra boss fights. I wish I could have gone and done Sora alone and the Dark Lurker. But it was with the Dark Lurker. It was the Dark Lurker. Going to the Dark Lurker that actually made me. It actually burned me out. Not like, for example, with Fume Knight, where he basically wrecked my ass, and then it's like, okay, I'll just come back later. It's okay. With the Dark Lurker, I was beyond frustrated to the point where it's like, I just want to finish this. I'm done. Let's just get this over with. I'm done playing this. Let's just finish the story. And that's not how you want to feel in a Souls game, because I never felt that way. That was the first time I ever felt like I just want to get this done and over with. It's sad, it really is, but I tried. I really did. I definitely wanted to try and defeat the Dark Lurker and to get to Sir alone, but it was a Dark Lurker that basically killed the game for me. They just, not the boss itself, it's getting to the boss that killed me. I think I had like 60 what's it called, human effigies, and then toward the end I had like 20, because I was dying to pitfalls, and it was bad. It was really, really bad. I didn't like it, and that's definitely the one section that definitely killed it for me. It was weird, because the Fume Knight should have done that, and he didn't. And the Fume Knight was extraordinarily hard, but I felt great when I defeated the Fume Knight. And that's how you should feel when playing Souls games. Like, after you complete an extraordinarily difficult challenge, the reward in Souls games is that the reward of, I did it, that's it, I conquered it, not frustration. And that's how I felt with that one section, and that's definitely what killed the game. If the Dark Lurker wasn't there, I definitely would have tried to go out after Sora alone, but I was burnt out. I was like, I'm done. It's sad. Maybe in the future I'll do like a really quick play of Dark Souls 2, but that's gonna be way in the future. I think the mistake I did is starting Dark Souls 2 right after Dark Souls 1, and now I just want to play something different. I just want to try something different. I don't know what I'm gonna be playing next. I don't know if I should play horror games on my channel. There's definitely some in my overall thoughts. Maybe play Resident Evil games, or maybe try different horror games in general. Or I have a lot of games actually that I could definitely try out and play for the future. But for now, I'm gonna look for something a little bit more shorter, in that respect. Again, that's my overall thoughts on Dark Souls 2. Is it a Souls game you should play? Yeah, definitely. I think it's a great Souls game. I wish that they put a little bit more of Dark Souls 2 and Dark Souls 3 to kind of push that story narrative. And unfortunately, they didn't do that. They they feature Dark Souls 1 more over Dark Souls 2. Because again, it's unfortunate. It's a phenomenal story. It's a phenomenal story. It really is. It's a great. It's a good game. It's not a great game. It's a good game. It's got a great story. In a good game full of flaws. I guess that's the best way I could put it. It is a good game filled with flaws, and unfortunately, it wears those flaws on its sleeve, and that's why a lot of players kind of look down on Dark Souls 2. I definitely understand the frustration, and I definitely now understand the memes that come around Dark Souls 2. But that doesn't mean it's a bad game. I definitely do recommend it. If you guys have not played Dark Souls 2, I definitely recommend it. It's a good game. It's a good experience. I guess have a little bit of a guide to see what stats you need to level up in the future. You know, agility's one of them. You gotta level up at least to 18 minimum. Overall, that's it for Dark Souls 2. I'm gonna take a break. Again, my mistake was starting Dark Souls 2 after Dark Souls 1. I'm a little bit burnt out, so I'm gonna take a quick break from playing games, and then I'll definitely start off with a different game in the next coming days, or maybe next week or so. I'll see. I'll definitely see. Again, it's kind of like a messed up review of Dark Souls 2. Just giving you my overall thoughts, just rumbling on, but I just wanted to let you guys know. I've seen a lot of reviews on this game. I've seen the memes. I've seen the bad faith comments, the bad faith videos, and it doesn't deserve the amount of hate that it gets. It does deserve some hate, but not to the extreme that I've been seeing. It's definitely a good game, and if you guys have any experience, this is the one you skipped because somebody told you it was a bad game. Coming from me, you should definitely try it. You definitely should. Again, that's it for my overall ramblings on Dark Souls 2. If I were to I don't want to use rating systems anymore, like 1 to 10. I don't want to do it. But if I'm gonna give it a rating, I'd say it's a must play. That's all I'm gonna say. It's a must play. At the very least, you know, go through the story, DLCs, etc. Finish it. That's it. That's it for my rambling, though. I really hope you guys enjoyed my playthrough of Dark Souls 2. I absolutely apologize for not doing all of the bosses. I really do. I really apologize. I wanted to do it. I really wanted to finish off all the bosses, get Sir Alone, and get the Dark Lurker. But it was the Dark Lurker that got me. That's the one that really burnt me out. So I absolutely apologize for that. Again, in the future, hopefully I can get that done. I really hope you guys enjoyed this series. I really hope you guys enjoyed this episode. If you did, please like and share. And if you like it a lot, please subscribe. And I hope to see you guys next time. Take care, guys.